Hey everyone, and welcome to Modicare channel. Some phrases, they just feel like they're hiding a secret history, right? Well, today, we're going to unlock one of the most visual ones out there, a blot on his Eschutceon. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get right into what it means. Then, we'll do a little time traveling to check out its super interesting noble origin story. After that, we'll see how this whole idea translates over to Indonesian. Try it out in a couple of sentences, and then I'll wrap it all up with the one key thing you should take away from all this. Okay, first things first. Let's get right to it. When you hear someone say something like, that was a blot on his Eschutceon, what are they actually talking about? It sounds pretty complicated, I know, but the idea behind it, it's surprisingly simple. So that phrase, a blot on his Eschutceon, yeah, it sounds super formal, almost old-fashioned, but the feeling it describes, totally universal. It's all about that one single event or mistake that just damages an otherwise good reputation. Think of it as that one permanent dark spot on a previously clean record. One of the absolute best tricks for making a new phrase stick in your brain, especially if you're learning a new language, is to see how it lines up with your own. In English, we might just say a stain on one's reputation. And what's really cool is that the Indonesian equivalent, noda, pada reputation, captures that idea perfectly. This direct link makes the whole concept so much easier to remember. Okay, but let's be real. Why use such a weird word like Eschutceon? I mean, who says that? To get the answer, we have to jump in our time machine and go way back. Seriously, the story behind this phrase gives you such a strong mental picture that you will never ever forget what it means. So here's the secret. That word Eschutceon, it comes from this old school thing called heraldry. It's just the fancy official name for the shield that would display a noble family's coat of arms. Now, this shield wasn't just for battle. It was a public symbol of the family's honor, their good name. So you can imagine a blot, like a literal smudge or stain on that shiny shield, was a huge deal. It meant public disgrace. It was the one thing that ruined an otherwise spotless record. So we've got the direct translation down. Noda pada reputasi. Easy enough. But now, let's look at how you can say it in Indonesian to get that full emotional weight of the original phrase. This is where we go from just knowing the words to really speaking the language. All right, so a more complete, more natural way to say this in Indonesian is noda pada reputasi atau aib yang merusak nama baik seseorang. Now, the word you really want to pay attention to here is aib. Aib means something like deep shame or a public scandal. Adding that word in there, that captures the full power of the English idiom. We're not just talking about a small mistake anymore. We're talking about something that truly shatters a good name. Okay, so theory is great, history is cool, but now it's time to put it all into practice. Let's see how this whole concept actually works in a real sentence, both in English and in Indonesian. Take a look at how these two sentences are telling the exact same story. They both start by setting up this idea of a perfect reputation. That Indonesian phrase, tak bercela, is fantastic for this. It means flawless or impeccable. And then they both drop the bombshell, the single event, the fraud case that acts as the noda or the blot that just wrecks everything. It's that classic story of a fall from grace, told in two languages. All right, wow, we've gone all the way from medieval Europe to modern-day Indonesia. So let's bring it all home and boil it down to the key takeaway, the most important stuff you need to remember to use this phrase correctly. Okay, here's your cheat sheet. The idiom is a blot on his Eschutceon. What's it mean? Simply a stain on someone's reputation. The Indonesian equivalent you'll want to remember is noda pada reputasi. And the trick to never, ever forgetting it, just picture that literal stain on a noble family's shield. That visual is everything. And that really leaves us with a final curious thought, doesn't it? We've just unpacked a whole story about honor and history hidden inside this one little phrase. It kind of makes you wonder, what other words are we using every single day that are hiding their own incredible secret histories? Something to think about. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next explainer. Hey everyone, and welcome to Modicare channel. Some phrases, they just feel like they're hiding a secret history, right? Well, today, we're going to unlock one of the most visual ones out there, a blot on his Eschutceon. All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get right into what it means. Then, we'll do a little time.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.